This is going to be my first video in a long time. Now, I would say that it's been a long time because a lot has happened and I haven't really felt inclined to do work for others when I felt like I had a lot of work to do for myself still. I still have yet to do more. Let's see. I think that these videos might be more for me than for anyone else. But to record parts of my life that are parts of me that I feel like I forget sometimes. And I think it's important to know that you exist in multiple realms. You're not just a happy person, you're not just a sad person. But you can exist through a plethora of emotions and a plethora of just existing and being. Well, let's see. I don't have really any idea for why I'm making this video other than I felt like I had to make this video for myself so I could grow, so I could keep myself personally responsible, and talk about what I know. Yeah, I know shrooms are awesome. I know shrooms help me. They help me see myself in a light that I don't like to see myself in, because it could be a little too bright. I know that reality is very malleable, but it adheres to strict rules like natural law and like being conscious. There's no way that there can be unconsciousness entirely. So yeah. I truly just want to get back to my roots where I feel like I'm in flow, where I am tapping into my subconscious at a readily rate, not hesitating, not stuttering. I want to feel fluid in the now moment, because that's the only moment that exists. But my brain goes from the now moment to the past to the future a lot. It's like I consider depression being stuck in the past, and anxiety being nervous of the future. And I wouldn't say I'm depressed or have anxiety, but a mix of both. And I would say a lot of people have that, unless they are truly awakened or truly in the now moment, which not everyone is, and you can never truly entirely be here and now. You can, but you can't. It's like a chasing game with your conscious and your subconscious. It's like every time you become more and more and more aware of things, you become unaware of a vast majority of other things that tag along with the things that you became aware of. And I feel like I've lost a lot of awareness. And I feel like it's not permanently gone, but the environment in which I've created for my body, dietarily and just entirely, like everything that I consume, from TV to music to food to just everything, I feel like that has created the environment in which I do not feel present. I do not feel like I'm in the now moment. And I would say I know what I'm doing wrong. I would say I know how to fix it. That's easier said than done. Like that cliche statement. I feel like I know all the things I previously knew, but with no added emphasis on enthusiasm or personal connection with it, personal emotion attached to it. I feel very detached from concepts like the flower of life and synchronicity and moment. I just feel like my consciousness is just lagging, and I don't know if it helps to see someone with their consciousness lagging making a video about it, but at least I'm conscious of that. At least I'm conscious that I'm dropping into a more unconscious state. I do plan to raise my consciousness. I do plan to do it gradually because I had a shroom trip and I felt like I knew everything, and I jumped into fasting and cleansing and all the things that come along with that way too fast, and I lost, let's see, I was almost 190 and I went down to like 140, so I lost like 50 pounds, and I'm 6'2", and that was right out of high school. I was 190. And I would say within a year I lost that much weight. And I would say it wasn't just fat, it was a lot of bile, it was a lot of other things I didn't need, but obviously it was some muscle too. And I felt like I raised my spirituality awareness, my vibrational frequency that I was resonating at was super high. I was super sensitive to things, everything, every little type of subtle substance. I just needed a little bit and I could blast off. But on the other hand, my body, I felt like was weak. So my mind was strong, but my body was weak. And I let that go unchecked. And I grew very lethargic. I grew very, very bitter and grumpy. And I felt like I became very unattractive. Like, just like skin and bones. And within that time, I have I was fasting. I was fasting and cleansing and doing all that for a long time, and for a while I fell out, and I became convinced that if I just like ate bad, that I could end the awareness and end the type of special life that I felt like I was having. Kind of make it more mundane, more plain, because it felt like it was a little too much for me. And I would say I gained 20 pounds. I weigh 160 now, and I've been hitting the gym. I've been playing a lot of basketball, trying to keep my body physically active. I know personally I could be stretching, doing a lot more yoga. Doing yoga. I mean, not even just a lot more, but just doing it. It just feels like I fell out, and I've fallen out a lot in my life, but this one was a really big fallout. Like, I had awareness, I consciously was able to experience I don't know what to say. I mean, you could look up hypnagogic states, but I felt like I was consciously put into a hypnagogic state in which I had a body that was capable of flying and traversing the earth, but a different type of vision, a different type of everything was that earth, that space that I was in. And I've never done it since. I feel like ever since then I just really polluted my mind, my body, and I stopped any opportunity of that further growing, that ability. And that's sad. That's depressing a little. Just to feel like you had something so amazing, so freeing from this experience, and then you don't have it anymore. You don't have the ability to access it. And that's what I would say. It's like I feel like I've grown a little cold to my own self, because I knew the capabilities that I had at one point, and I don't feel like I have them anymore. And emotionally, it's desensitized me to feeling deeply, or feeling others. I just feel incomplete. And I do plan on making videos and completing this. I do plan on just sharing more stuff about my life, more than just my life, I mean. Like, more informative videos about the things that I know. It's just, I'm just explaining why I feel like I haven't uploaded or wanted to make a video in a very long time. And thank you for everyone who has subscribed so far. I do promise that there is some good stuff in store, some stuff you haven't seen, about numerology, about synchronicity, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, and math that I'm just sure you haven't ever looked at in that way. So if you're interested and along for the ride, then come along and do it together. And I'll take any recommendations for any videos. I'll answer people's comments if they have questions. I really just want to use this platform to reach out to people who may think the same, or to expand people's consciousness that has never looked at stuff the way that I look at, or the researchers that I research look at things. And I think it's just positive to hear a recommendation for information from different types of people. So maybe you like a category of life, but the way that some teacher is teaching that category of life or telling about it, you don't really resonate with them. And here I am talking about the same subject and you resonate with it. So I think there's a purpose in everything, and here I am. So thank you.